Hello everyone and welcome back to Prestige Reef. When it comes to selecting your first marine fish, there are several attributes which you need to take into account before you decide what purchase is right for you. These attributes include hardiness, price, compatibility, feeding requirements, and tank size requirements. Once you're confident you can tick all those boxes, you're off to a good start. For example, there's no point in choosing a clownfish because they're inexpensive, hardy, easy to feed, and can fit in virtually any tank if you're looking for something which is compatible with large lionfish. For this reason, it's best to plan your livestock list long before you purchase that first fish, so you know exactly what direction your tank is going and when to add what fish. This will allow you to do an extensive amount of research on your chosen few, and will hopefully reduce your risk of impulse buys. For this video, I've picked fish which are suitable for smaller tanks, as the majority of beginners start small before upgrading. Damselfish are often considered a beginner fish because they're forgiving of most mistakes, however they aren't on this list. Most people don't keep them long term, as their aggression can be a limiting factor for future livestock. As always, there is an exception to this rule, and I have one in my tank, a Starkey damselfish, which are known to be one of the more peaceful members of that family. The first fish on my list are clownfish, although this does slightly contradict my previous statement, as clownfish are one of the sub-families of damselfish. Clownfish aren't what comes to mind for most people if you ask them to think of a damselfish. Clownfish are an obvious, hardy first choice for beginners. They're easily bred in captivity, therefore aquarium life is all they've ever known. They're inexpensive, widely available, don't need a vast amount of room, and will take a wide range of prepared foods. Captive bred clowns are hardier than wild caught clowns, and are also available in a wide range of funky colours if you're looking for something more unique. You do need to watch these fish though, as they do have one downside. As I said, clownfish are a close relative to damselfish and can get more aggressive as they get older. This aggression is usually very limited in comparison to some other fish though. Some types are known for being worse than others, with maroons taking the top spot for having the meanest reputation. The second fish on my list is another which is easily tank bred. These are Banggai Cardinals. Once again, being tank bred means they're hardy, haven't had the stress of needing to adapt to aquarium life, and are one of the cheaper marine fish on offer. Their swimming pattern is pretty much staying in the same spot all day. This means they're better suited to smaller tanks than many other marine fish. The only thing you do need to look out for is to make sure they're being fed properly. Unlike clownfish, these usually won't take prepared aquarium food, and will normally only eat frozen foods, although I did have one that would eat pellets. The final fish I'd recommend for beginners is a boxfish. Just kidding, I just like to sneak in a clip of Pablo into a video when I can. I have however done a full care video on him, which I'll link in the description box below. It is in fact a yellow watchman goby, which are slightly more expensive than the other two options. Once again, this fish is suited for smaller aquariums as they usually sit in the same place all day. My 1000 litre tank is essentially wasted on him. He rarely ventures more than a couple of inches from his burrow, and it's only ever to snatch a piece of food floating by. They will usually eat anything that fits in their mouth, and mine consumes everything from flake to tiny lobster eggs. Adding a pistol shrimp for them to pair with creates an interesting, symbiotic relationship which is fascinating to watch. Just be sure that your rockwork is secure to avoid any rock slides. One downside is their known jumpers, however this can usually be easily overcome by fitting a cover to your tank. Not all gobies are beginner fish, and I strongly advise against any sand sifters except for those of you with the largest tanks. Most of them have trouble consuming aquarium food, as they've evolved to filter microfauna out of the sand rather than consuming large chunks. Once they've stripped your tank of all the microfauna, they often starve. The second reason I'd never have one is because they have a habit of redesigning your aquariums to suit them, which often means covering corals in sand or creating mountains from it. I hope you all enjoyed watching my video. Please feel free to comment below if you have any questions. If you did enjoy it, why not click that like button and subscribe to the channel. Have a good week and I'll see you next time. As always, I just want to say a massive thank you to the people that support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of what you do with regards to keeping this channel going. You've all been brilliant. Thank you.